We are back on WUSB Stony Brook 90.1 FM with Roger Street Friedman. The new album is Love, Hope, Trust. We are sharing a rare moment of really great roots music from Long Island. I'm so used to going all the way across the country for it, but it's pretty cool to have it right here at my back door. So tell me about your mother.
Oh, well, my mother was a pretty incredible woman. She was smart. She was I'm quite a bit older than you, but my parents were the members of the greatest generation. So my mom graduated college in New York City when she was 18. She was accelerated, and she'd majored in biology, and and then met my dad in the early 40s. I'm the youngest of four, um, and I was born pretty late in life for them. So uh, so they were quite a bit older than I am, and I have two much older brothers. And then there was a sister who passed away in between my two brothers, and then I was born in the '60s. But my mom was just like a real intellectual New York, city girl, and very smart, very funny. She had an incredible sense of humor. Loved to tell a dirty joke. Uh, in fact, I have a whole litany of her jokes that people can't believe my mother told me. and she passed away in 2006 at she was 80, just almost 87. um and we had a really great relationship, and especially after I went through the crazy adolescent stage, and the early angry young man stage in my 20s. But we had a great relationship, and she's inspired a lot of my songs. And mother and son in particular was I always felt like I had a special relationship with my mom. I love my dad too, and I had a great relationship with him. And of course, they're different. And my dad was, at work all day long. So mom was the primary caretaker and caregiver, and she uh, she shaped a lot of who I am. And then, you know, in 2012, my wife Peggy and I had a son, and it was it was really interesting because seeing the way he was with his mom triggered a whole bunch of memories for me about when I was like, 3, 4, 5. Um, and so it just sort of got me thinking about that relationship between mothers and sons, and how, you know, he loves me, and he's crazy about me, and I'm crazy about him, but uh, in a pinch, it's his mom who he's going to run to, So that's what kind of triggered the song, was this cycle of life uh, moment that I saw in his eyes looking at his mom. And I actually tried to write it from. Uh, I had just finished reading Paul Simon's biography, and there was a section in there where he said he talked about using multiple characters all, from the same voice, as if to sort of make the characters more dimensional. Um, so the song is kind of written from the perspective of all three of my mom's sons, because we all had different memories. So I asked my brothers for some memories of our mother, and incorporated them into the verses.
Yeah, nah, definitely. I was a little confused by a few of those things. Like, oh, it seems like this man was born in the 1940s, but now he's telling me 1960.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. My brother David was born in 1944. So the first verse is about him, you know. And actually he was my my father was wounded. Um, he was born in February of 1944, and my father was wounded in World War II in April of 1944. Badly wounded, like body cast for a year. So he had gotten my mom pregnant right before shipping off to Europe.
mm,
So it's quite a story. And then
yeah.
I have these memories, like my mother would take me to the beach in the when I was probably 5 or 6. We'd go to Jones Beach. I remember Field 9, I think, was our favorite one, and she'd let me play in the water by myself, and I would just get annihilated by these waves and thinking I was going to die, and then she'd come running down into the water and pull me up, you know. And so I incorporated that in there as well.
Oh yeah, I think everyone on Long Island has memories from their youth when they were hit with South Shore wave.
Yeah, they're bigger
Um,
than they look.
they're definitely tougher than they look, but I always end my interviews by asking my guests to choose a song. I two rules. I give a little prompt, and I also ask that they choose music that they were not involved in creating.
Okay.
Um, so for you, you told me your mother shared some dirty jokes with you, and probably FCC regulated radio is not the place to share those. But I was wondering what music the two of you shared.
Well, um, to tell you the God's honest truth, my dad was the music lover in the. Can we switch it over to him because
Absolutely.
he was the he was a real big influence in terms of music. I mean, he I remember driving with him on a like going up to the country, and he'd play cassettes of everything from Ella Fitzgerald to John Prine. And in fact, I was lucky enough to have my dad take me to Westbury Music Fair, which is now called something else. It's the the theater in the Round in Westbury.
Mm,
Maybe a Live Nation theater now. I'm skipping my mind, but and he took me to see Arlo Guthrie and John Prine there and Pete Seeger. Um, and so I would say, and I became a big John Prine fan. So I would say that my dad really turned me on to John Prine.
all right, pick a song.
Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian.
Oh, all right. Roger Street Friedman, thanks so much for coming on Country Pocket.
Hey man, it's my pleasure. Great to meet you. Thanks for having me, and have a great year, everyone. Happy New Year.